There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area we call the Spotlight Zone. Welcome to Project Spotlight's 4th annual 10-minute competition. This evening, you will see 6 mind-bending student-written and directed works. Before we begin our journey into the Project Spotlight Zone, we must go over some safety precautions before you leave this dimension. Your emergency exits to reality are located to your right and behind you. Please, no flash photography, as we don't want to rip any holes in time. If you have an appetite that cannot be satiated, make sure you consume all your provisions outside of the studio before re-entering. Drinks are permitted if you have enough to share. Following the last unimaginable tale, we will have a 15-minute intermission to discuss the final fate of our cast and crews. And now, your Project Spotlight team, Liz Calvert and Cassidy Pierce.
I'm a senior in the BA Theater Studies program here at UCF, and I'm the Artistic Director of Project Spotlight. And
I'm Cassidy Pierce. I am also a BA Studies theater student as well as an entertainment management major here at UCF. I'm the executive producer this semester.
And thank you so much for coming to the 10-minute play competition. First, I would like to thank our wonderful judges who are here tonight. If we could get a round of applause for them. We have Alexander Herr, who is alum and our former artistic director of Project Spotlight. We're so excited to have him back.
Next, we have Jim Brown, who's a beloved musical theater teacher here at UCF. We have Rob Wynn Anderson, who is actually the artistic director of Garden Theater in Winter Garden. He's also a noted playwright, director, and choreographer. We're so honored to have these amazing professionals here tonight to judge our competition. So can we get another round of applause? So when you entered, there was a little slip on your seat. Either was a slip with the playbill or without. Do you guys have that? Yeah. Okay, so you guys actually get to choose one of the awards. The judges are only choosing 2 of them. You guys are going to be audience favorite. So when we have the 15-minute intermission at the end, we would love for you to take time. There's pens out there to write down your absolute favorite show that you saw tonight, and it'll go into a drawing where we, of course, count it up and pick our favorites. Yeah? Awesome. And I would like to take this moment to ask everyone to silence their cell phones, please. Thank you so much.
We're also selling break legs. If you haven't seen them before, they're out front. It's kind of like giving a little souvenir to your cast member. Gives them a little something to feel good about themselves. You know, you never know how they feel backstage. It's $1, and you can get them during the intermission. Oh. And now, without further announcements, our first show this evening is The Ultimate Field Trip, written by John Norton and directed by Benjamin Walton. This piece is asterisk for language and frank talk of death, so if this makes you feel at all uncomfortable, please feel free to leave now. Awesome! So here's Ultimate Field Trip.
Jerry, what's happening?
It was July 1985 when Chris McCollum beat out better than 1,000 other teachers who chose to be the first private citizen in space. Hydrogen-burn igniters have been armed. These igniters will be fired at T-minus 10 seconds to burn off any residual hydrogen gas. You can feel the excitement here at Kennedy Space Center right now, and in less than a minute we'll be able to feel the Challenger taking off.
T-minus 21 seconds, and the solid rocket booster engine gimbal now underway. T-minus 15 seconds.
This is it, Kristen McCollum, about to make history.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Flight controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction.
Maybe they're okay.
It blew up.
One of the rockets blew up. That doesn't mean
Yeah, if one of the rockets blows up, then the whole thing blows up.
Yeah, like, they planned for
What-
this,
what-
right? What if there was a way
They what? They got out?
I don't know.
They're dead, Tim. Okay? All of them. Even Miss McCullough, right?
Don't say that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Did you not see that huge thing turn into a huge fireball?
Stop it!
Allison,
Stop it!
Allison, right now. You don't know.
What don't I know? Tim? What they'll find?
Yeah.
No, seriously. What do you think they'll find? Seriously. Yeah. This is so stupid. We shouldn't have done this. We shouldn't.
God,
Okay, none of you remember 3 years ago?
That was a fire.
Yeah. And what do you call that?
This was different. What do you think of school?
So stupid.
Everyone in her classes.
Oh, come on, that's what you
I don't know. Okay, what do you think they're going to do?
I mean, what about her husband? Huh? What about her kids? Huh? They were sitting right there.
Look, we just shouldn't be here, okay? We should just be at home watching it like everybody else.
Still would have seen what happened.
Not up close, and not like this.
They left us.
Huh?
I don't want to be here.
Look,
Why isn't the bus back yet?
Look,
They
it's
just left us
They're
here.
coming back.
They're 9 and 6.
What?
Her kids, they're only 9 and 6.
God, my parents are gonna freak out. And so are yours, by the way. You know, they made us watch this.
What do you mean they made you?
We shouldn't be here, alright? This isn't like an airplane, okay? Stuff can actually happen.
She came because of Miss McCullough.
Yeah.
To show her the school was behind her.
Yeah, don't you think she knew that? Okay, the whole world knew that, okay? That's why the freaking CNN's been in our auditorium for the last 8 months.
Oh my God.
What?
You're right. I mean, everybody at school is watching this. All the cameras were there.
Yeah, it's better than being here.
They got canceled. School, right? I mean, they got to.
They're going to try to interview with everyone and put them on live TV.
Like they'll tell us if they're canceling school. Right? Or at least midterms. I mean, they can't expect people to study like this. Look, I'm just saying. I have Spanish on Friday. I have 10 next Monday. My stupid flyer still won't fly.
I'm sorry, you what?
But my balsa-wood flyer, we had to go to the shop. It won't fly. If it won't fly, I won't pass.
Okay. What a shit show that is.
This was the last one.
Okay.
Last what?
It was the last launch, Tim. They're not going to do another one after this. I mean, this was the last
He's
one.
right. They're done after this one.
But what about going back to the moon? What about going to Mars?
Yeah.
Won't that mean the Soviets win?
Oh, Tim, please.
No, the Soviets win. They're going to find a way to attack us from space. Okay, they'll put nukes up there. There's no way we can stop them if they're coming.
Can we please not worry about this right now?
Hold on, he's actually not wrong about that.
We should be worried about this. If the U.S. can seize the space race once and for all, we're talking a global shift in power. No, this could have untold long-term ramifications. You're saying we shouldn't be worried about this? I'd like to see what you're worried about.
Okay, what are they telling her kids, huh? What are they telling them? That was their mother up there!
All right. Okay, look. This whole thing is fucked up, all right? This whole thing. And guess what? The whole world just watched it happen. Okay? This is bullshit, okay? They should put us on a plane right now, okay?
You think they should us?
We should sue or something.
Who?
I don't know. NASA, the school, look, somebody, all right? We are all victims here. We should get together. Class action!
Shut up, Scott!
What?
This isn't about you!
Whoa, no!
He's right. This is about all of us.
Yes,
You think
yes!
Take this into consideration?
No.
Like if we all fail midterms because
Yeah, and not to mention,
Why are you
okay,
so worried?
we take a bus all the way from New Hampshire to Florida to some no-name hotel that probably smells like it hasn't been cleaned in 20 years.
Anyone feels anything that's what this should be.
And not to mention, okay, there's not even enough fucking room to bring us all back in one piece. So guess what, guys? The three of us, we get to wait here inhaling all this smoke, and I swear to God, the moment I get home, I'm gonna go to my local congress.
Stop it! Okay, both of you, just stop it! Okay, fine. Maybe you're right.
Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't be here. Maybe Miss McAuliffe should have never even signed up for this. But she did because she wanted the chance to teach from outer space in front of millions of people, okay? And she wanted us to get to see her get there in person. And she didn't know what was going to happen. She didn't know how all of this was going to work out. She knew she wanted to try. Okay, she wanted to try to do something that no one has ever done before. God, you don't even see that. Listen, I've had a really hard time this year. And I've got 2 midterms on Monday that I desperately need to do well on. Maybe we'll have school, maybe we won't. Maybe no one will for the rest of the year, okay? I don't know. None of that matters right now. Our kids are 9 and 6, guys. I mean, they're 9 and 6. God. I'm sorry this was so hard for you too, okay? I didn't like seeing you either. I'm gonna go see if the bus is back yet. I just can't stand to be here any longer.
I had her 2 years ago for social studies, Miss McAuliffe.
I was going to have her next year. Everyone always said how awesome she was.
Oh, yeah, she was. I mean, we always had this joke that she couldn't frown. Like it was physically impossible for her to not smile, man.
You know, I even used to hate social studies, but you know what? She made it fun. So what's even wrong with it?
Huh?
The flyer, what's wrong with it?
Oh, it's the wings. I can't get the line upright, so every time I try to fly it, it sort of spins in a circle and crashes. They have to be perfectly symmetrical or it won't stay up.
Yeah, no, I had the same problem with mine last year. But I eventually got it to work. It just took some time.
Remember what she said to us last time she was at school and back down here?
Yeah.
About how after they were up in space and she'd done all of her experiments, she was going to give us a tour of the entire shuttle. Maybe even bring somebody back for the show off in school.
Yeah, she even brought us back astronaut ice cream.
Yeah. I don't think the cafeteria is ever going to run out of that stuff.
Nope.
That was what she wanted. Just not be as much of a part of this as she was. Called it the ultimate field trip. That was pretty cool.
Do you want help with it? The flyer, come on. I mean, I don't know about you, but we could probably... Yeah, we could probably find a space big enough in the parking lot. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really great.
Thanks. All right, come on. Let's go make something fly, huh?
We mourn 7 heroes: Michael Smith, Dick Scobie, Judith Resnick, Ronald McNair, Allison Onizuka, Gregory Jarvis, and Krista McAuliffe. We mourn their loss as a nation together.
All right, everybody, can we get another round of applause for the ultimate? Romano, directed by Ramon Paradoa. This piece is asterisk 4, violence, frank talk of death, prejudice or intolerance, weaponry, and gunshots. If any of this makes you uncomfortable, please feel free to leave now. Is anyone leaving? I can't really see. All right. Thank you so much. And without further ado, in a couple of seconds, here is the hunter.
May I see him? Quickly, they're in the area. Shh, shh, shh. Hush, little one, hush. Shh, shh.
How?
We're not so different, you and I. Even less so our little ones.
Have you seen him?
Yes.
Where are they holding him?
The consulate?
Is he injured? Badly?
No, not badly.
I'm so tired. Exhausted. Will they kill him?
I do not know.
Why are you helping us?
I've always had a soft spot for culture. And your art is worth preserving.
Only my art?
It'd be a gross oversimplification to leave it like that. I suppose when I first saw you two, I was reminded of my own family. Hush, little one, hush. Hey, let me tell you a story. There once was a sparrow who, above all things else, she cherished her nest. For as long as she could remember, she found only the best twigs with which to build. Safe and secure, she scoured the earth and found food that would nourish her and her family forever. She wanted for nothing. One day, on one of her many flights, she came across a hawk whose wing had been badly injured. Taking pity on it, she brought it back with her to share her wonderful nest with it. Eventually, over time, the hawk regained its strength and
He's
found...
fallen asleep. Thank you. How does it end?
Sadly, I'm afraid. The hawk regained its strength and slowly grew jealous of Sparrow's children. Forced Sparrow out of his nest and off into a great storm.
And the sparrow's children?
In time, those that survived eventually believed themselves to be hawks, for really, what is the difference between a sparrow and a hawk?
What happened to the sparrow?
All else was lost. It became fiction. We now know that that was not true. A few many years later, the hawk's descendants were ever expanding their territory when they came across a whole forest full of sparrows. Naturally, they decided to claim it as their own. The rest is yet to be written.
So, sparrows are,
Yes.
and the hawks.
Quickly, be careful, be quiet.
Salmon Sage, historian, correct?
I did not know those in power were aware of my existence. I'm humbled.
The chronicling you have done about the Great War has been instrumental in the understanding of our enemy during this occupation. We owe a great deal to you.
Is this really necessary? I'm a peaceful man.
They are here strictly for my protection. I am but an admirer of your work. Though, I must ask, have you heard of me? Good. And what is it you have heard?
That you are the best at what you do. A hunter of humans.
A rather gloomy title, if I say so myself. I like to consider myself more of a detective. Things go missing, I find them.
I'm sorry, can I offer you something to drink, something to eat, perhaps?
No, thank you very much. Mr. Sage, I don't know if you know this, but your wife and I were in academy together. How is she? Oh, and your daughter. She must be what, 4, 5 now?
9. She is 9 years old.
They must quite enjoy the consulate. I wonder why you would spend your time here amid such filth. Anyway, to the matter at hand. You must know the house you find yourself in belongs to a human family.
That is the meaning of my residency here. As an anthropologist, I find that the art is useful.
The art is bilge created by a race without imagination. What is the name of the family?
The Smiths.
John, Daisy, and their child Peter. Are you aware of their current whereabouts?
I assume they were at one of your camps.
John is safely within our custody, but oddly, we received reports of a baby's cries in this neighborhood. Can you add anything that may be of use?
No, although I too heard the cries.
And yet you reported nothing? Despite your obligations? That's odd.
No, I just mean when I heard the cries, I would assume that they was...
Mr. Sage, if we wanted to detain you for insubordination, we already would have. You have nothing else to add.
Sadly, no. But if there is anything else you require, please feel free to come back.
Are you aware of our latest psychological experiments? We may have found a way to reprogram, if you will, human infants to curb their more destructive tendencies.
You mean indoctrination?
No! You make things sound so much more sinister than they need to be. We mean no harm towards the baby.
But the mother?
Mr. Sage, you know, I'm curious. What sparked your interest in humanity?
I've always had an interest in the mythology of our people.
Except, as you have proven, your stories are no mythology.
No, I did no such thing. My partner, Ulsik, he was the scientist. You're surely more aware of his work.
Yes, your partner may have risen to a much higher station, but it was your evidence of the truth behind his theory that spurred his research, no?
To my regret.
Come now! You know you ought to be exalted. Your partner lives a life of glory, and you live in abject obscurity. You could be honored among our people if you so desire.
And it wished for peace. We drove them from our planet. They were lost. We found them. They grew civilizations for thousands of years and left us in peace. Surely we have all evolved.
They escaped our ancestors, left ruin in their wake, and vanished into mythology. Look at this planet. Look at their home. It is dying because of humans. They have raped and pillaged this planet.
I bleed for you.
Mr. Sage, I have something that I think might interest you. You are harboring human fugitives, are you not? It is not too late for you, my friend. You were once a believer in our cause. You can be once again.
How naive do you think I am?
My superiors have made their orders clear. I am to bring you in peacefully and alive. If you simply tell us where you have hidden the woman and the child, we can all leave in peace. Tell the soldiers to shoot his daughter.
No! Run!
Messy, needless violence. Oh, for what? For culture. Well, you ignored your own heritage. Give me your gun. Give me your gun!
and we create new works. Students actually write and direct and act and produce all of our shows. So everything here is student run, student written, and student produced. It's really exciting. Not many schools do it around here. So anyway, on to our next show. Our next show is Now Calling by Jena Rashid, directed by Hanna Gonzalez. This piece is asterisk for language, sexual situations, flashing lights, and violence. If any of this makes you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to leave now. Awesome. Enjoy the show.
My bad, dear. You just never know if and when one of these trick-ass bitches gonna pull one over on you. You can never be too safe. Caramel?
Oh, thank you. I can imagine these trick-ass hoes.
Bitches.
Right. Bitches. I'm Roger, by the way.
I'm Gwyneth Peonia, but everyone just calls me Petunia.
Oh, great. Why do they call you that?
Are you fucking stupid, son?
No. I was just trying to make a joke.
You're not funny, cutie.
Right. Sorry.
Don't worry. It's expected during your first visit.
How did you know it was my first visit?
Oh, it's written all over you. Everything about you. The walk, the awkwardness. It just screams, him!
Well, whatever you just said, you're right.
I know. But the biggest sign was you didn't sign in first, sweetie. You gotta sign in first.
Oh, I didn't even see that there.
Cheryl. Oh, my bad, dear. My glasses. These words ain't gonna search themselves. Oh, I done catch me a word. Yes.
All right. How the hell do you fill this out?
Oh, you just gotta use your blood.
What?
Yes, silly. Look, you initial your fingerprint there, and there, and turn it back in. Easy peasy.
Well, I'm not gonna use my blood. Ow!
Don't be such a bitch. Bless his heart.
So, how did you end up even here?
Oh, well, at my old age, you just never know if, you just never know when. You know, how about you, son? Why are you here?
Oh, I actually don't remember that much. I remember I was driving out with my girlfriend. We were gonna drive through the cornfields and we stopped to look at the stars. I was gonna propose to her then, you know. I reached for the ring in my pocket and just waited for the right moment, and then all of a sudden this...
Oh, sorry, I'm just so overcome with emotion. Keep going.
I reached for the ring and waited for the right moment, and then all of a sudden this bright, flashing, piercing light just came out of nowhere, and it picked me up and it held me in place, and then I blacked out and I ended up here. Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, she has the ring.
If I was going to propose to her then, how did I end up here?
We are now calling sample 8354678 for probing.
That's you, sweetie?
What?
Sir, if you will please follow me through this door to your next location.
I'm not going to let any of you near me with any of your God.
Now, I suggest you listen to that nice lady.
Sir, we just need you to go through that door.
You're out of your mind. You think I'm gonna do that?
Oh my goodness.
Such a mess.
Baby, the legs.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Don't touch my flower pot.
Hanna, I thought he was going to be harder to convince, but I stand corrected.
That'll be 5 units, buddy.
Fair enough. How about this as payment instead?
Yeah, okay. My boyfriend loves this kind of sparkly shit.
Oh, nice. I love this sparkly shit.
So, how scarred do you think he'll be?
Honestly, with all the drugs we pump him full of, I don't think either of us could remember anything. Nonetheless, a weak human like that.
You right.
Oh, that reminds me. This is supposedly stronger than the ones we've been using. New formula or whatever, so we have to use these on samples now.
Alright, cool. So, do you ever wonder why we do this?
What do you mean?
Well, we put these humans into labs without scaring them, right? But then, they end up all so pumped with the drugs that they're not supposed to remember anything. But then they freak out and we have to taste them. And then they become these hollowed out shells of the people they used to be. All because we abducted some dude hanging around our crop circles. I mean, these are people's lives and we're actually ruining and destroying their mental states. Doesn't it ever make you feel bad or feel like we're doing something wrong? Nah!
That's ridiculous.
I know.
We have 10 minutes until the next one, so we gotta prep the room.
Alright, cool. Hey, yo, after work, y'all wanna head to the Milky Way? Heard their asteroids in a blanket are killer!
That sounds great, yeah. I'm starved.
No. Alright.
Hello. We are now officially halfway done with our 10-minute play competition. Can we get a round of applause? I hope you guys are having a good time. I sure am. Up next, we have Sunny and the Starslinger, written by Robert Allten and Jennifer Schell. Directed by Louise Landa. Yeah, there we go. This piece is Asterisk 4, Weaponry and Violence. If any of this makes you uncomfortable, please feel free to leave now. All right. They are not done setting up yet, so I'm going to stall for time. Thank you. All right, and without further ado, I proudly present you guys are killing me. I'm sorry. Sunny and the Stars. Slinger!
Starslinger Sam, confirming the elimination of my mightiest foe yet, Galactopus, with 1 second to spare before global annihilation. As usual, you are welcome.
Thanks again, Starslinger. We owe you yet another great debt. But you know, this would have gone off a lot smoother if you just...
Gravity on this planet logs at around 1.6 millimoons, a little on the strong side. There appears to be no sentient life. Well, that's 90 space minutes I'm never getting back. Should have saved it for Galactopus' husky tentacles, am I right? Space NASA, you're not going to believe this, but in front of you right now is a real deal, bona fide, human creature. You're going to see what it does, how it moves, how it acts. Call you back.
Trial 1 of the modified microwave duct tape experiment. Last chance to find something that works. Here we go! At 451 Kelvin, the duct tape is stickier than the control, increasing its range of applications. Second observation, the duct tape is very, very hot, reducing its range of applications. Rats! Further investigation needed.
Go time, Starslinger.
10 seconds, duct tape too hot.
Greetings, Earthling! I'm Starslinger Sam, the Starslinger Sam, and I just saved your planet.
Oh, well, I'm Sunny, the Sunny, I think. 20 seconds, duct tape still too hot.
Thank you. As I'm sure you know, I've just defeated my mightiest foe yet, the cruel king of the space
30
ocean.
seconds, duct tape still too hot.
That's right, Galactopus. There I was, floating in those colossal head on only a plasma ray.
40
and
seconds,
a nickel.
duct tape still too hot.
That's before his husky, his flaming hot tentacles.
45 seconds.
Okay. I traveled infinity light years from my home system to save your ungrateful, smelly planet, and you're making that you out. Freeze!
Still too hot. It's cold! You ruined my experiment!
Well, your warm squirrel attacked me.
You don't understand. Forget it. Results inconclusive. The experiment interrupted by, I don't even know what. How did you do that?
Well, it all started with, careful, that thing can freeze!
It doesn't work on trees.
Not when you use it. I designed all these tools to respond exclusively to my voice.
What can they do?
Anything.
Mr. Slinger, how would you like to be a part of science? I'm conducting an experiment to find a tool that can solve any problem, and I think you might just be that tool. Because Earth is comprised of millions of tiny, insignificant problems. They build and build and build until they're too weak to hold them. And you start to wonder if the weight's getting heavier, or if there are just less people holding on.
Then what do you do?
Right, something that'll make you strong enough to hold them up yourself.
Like me! What are we waiting for?
I put the experiments through 30 trials. Each result, 17 for duct tape, 8 for chewing gum, and 2 for therapy. Begin!
Excellent! What am I blowing up?
Nothing! Your first mission, rescue Miss Henderson's cat from that tree.
That's it?
Go!
Oh, okay. This is just like the time I saved the tabaxi from the bloodthirsty oak giants by cutting off their...
You have 10 seconds!
So what? Mission accomplished.
Your mission was to rescue the cat, not send it hurtling towards the ground at questionable speeds. Problem status? Failure.
But the cat's not in the tree. I did it.
And now it's running away. That's 0 points for Mr. Starslinger. Experiment 2. My snacks always get stuck in this vending machine. Chewing gum, duct tape, and therapy have all failed to get them out. Now it's your turn. Go!
Give me 10 seconds.
You have 10 minutes.
Oh, count it down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2...
No! With 1 second to spare!
All right, mission accomplished. Snacks acquired. Point 1. Experiment 3. Fill this pothole.
Easy. I'll use the same space sand I used to fill the sinkholes and friend the ancestral homeland of lizard folk.
This is quicksand.
Oh dear!
That's failure 2 for Mr. Starslinger. Experiment 5.
Throw!
Failure 6.
How does that make you feel?
Failure 20.
To be blind?
29. Failure! And finally, experiment 30. The objective lens on my telescope is all out of focus. My big astronomy project is due in 3 days, and I need somebody to fix the lens. Nothing else can work to help me save this project. Think you can do it?
Yes, yes, of course! Just like the time I...
Just go! 2 minutes? 5 minutes? 7 minutes? 11 minutes?
We're past 10 minutes! Why didn't you stop me? I don't think I can do this.
You have 10 seconds before optical annihilation!
What?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
With 1 second to spare! I think I did it.
Problem status unsolved. Final results. Duct tape 17, chewing gum 8, therapy 2, Starslinger Sam 1.
I'm sorry, Sonny. Let me try again.
No, that would violate the rules of the experiment. Each variable only gets 1 try.
But you need this. Look, let me call Space NASA. They know all about
No,
this.
the objective was to find 1 tool that can solve any problem. 1 tool!
But they can help.
Oh, sure they can help. They'll say they can help. But when you really need them, you're too busy arguing, or laughing, or ignoring you entirely. You ask, you keep asking, but they just pat you on the head and walk away. So when the weight of the world's problems is on your shoulders, you have to push harder. You have to do everything yourself.
But I can't do everything.
Then I guess it's all on me.
I guess it is, but just in case.
Well, my hypothesis that Starslinger Sam could be the universal problem solver turned out to be incorrect. But that's okay. I found solutions for nearly every problem. I guess the experiment's over.
Starslinger Sam, are you there?
No, this is Sunny.
Okay. Where's Starslinger Sam? We could really use his help.
You need him? But you're an intergalactic space organization. You have tools to fix any problem.
Well, sure we have tools, but we need the right person to use them. For us, that's Starslinger Sam.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Thanks again, Starslinger. We never could have brokered that peace treaty between the oil and water planets without you.
As usual, you are welcome. Anyway, Earth is safe. I'll be heading back to Space Houston soon.
Roger that. We'll open up a portal for you.
Roger. Thanks for having my back.
Oh, anytime.
So you're leaving?
Well, I've done all I can here.
Are you ever coming back?
Well, if Galactopus sought vengeance on your tiny defenseless planet, I have to stop to that.
Hey, before you go, here's your thingy back.
No, keep it. It's a spare. Just in case.
Just in case. Wait. Do you think your gravity refractor could manipulate the field on the objective lens of my telescope?
And pull it back into alignment? Would that work?
Let's find out.
Ooh,
It worked!
Yes!
I think I can see Saturn!
Ah, Saturn! I feed army of ringworms there once. Tell me, you see the jewel planet?
No.
It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. There are 3 suns. There's always light through the refracting landscape. Tell me, have you ever seen a prismatic sunset?
No, just the regular kind.
Oh, it's incomparable! Jumping from hundreds of light years away just to see it! Unfortunately, so do jewel thieves. Last week, I saw the Galactic Thieves Guild was stealing the Sapphire Mountain.
You have to get back up there soon, don't you?
Yeah, they need me up there. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What'd you guys think of that one? I'll be waiting for the next show to start up. How's everyone doing? Good. Pretty tired?
Great.
We're up for another comedy, and you know how I said space is relative? Well, it's definitely relative here. festival is this next weekend. November 1st through the 4th, it's free. It's in the main stage theater, it's not here, it's across campus, which is very confusing. We have 4 amazing shows that are going up. I'm very excited about it. And I think we're ready. Our next show is No Service, written by Annie Lovelock, directed by Alex Storer, and this piece is asterisk for sexual situations, substance abuse, and language. If this makes y'all uncomfy, feel free to leave now. Awesome! Now, No Service.
Kyle, I'm bored. What do you want to do, bro? I don't know. You wanna watch some Netflix? Man, we did that already. You wanna smoke a ball? Man, we did that already. You right, girl. Right. You wanna get some chicks? Oh, hey! You know any? Oh, there's this one hot girl in my history class. Her eyes are all sparkly and shit. Oh, nice. Wait. Do she got the booty? Yo, what kind of guy do you think I am? Of course she got the booty! I really think she's into me, man. Hold up, I'll text her something. Something suave, something irresistible.
Who's Aaron S? Just some guy from my lecture. Why? He just texted you up at 8 p.m. or something. Do you like him? Oh my god, no, he is so creepy. I have switched seats 7 times trying to get him to leave me alone. I'll tell him to buzz off then. Oh, I don't want to be rude. Just say...
Yeah, what's up? Okay, dude, we're in. Alright, be cool. Okay, try this. Ooh.
What you doing tonight? Period. Question mark. Winky face.
Oh god, no, this better not be what I think it is.
I think it's exactly what you think it is.
Just tell him, doing laundry. You...
Okay, but if you weren't so afraid of confrontation, you wouldn't have to deal with this. Shit. Carrie, problem.
What?
Well, I sent it as 2 separate messages. I guess the first part didn't deliver, and I guess the message got lost or something.
Oh my god, give me that. Okay, so you're telling me that he asked me what I'm doing tonight, and I said...
You... What do I say, man? Help me out. Alright, don't sound too eager.
Hey, LMAO, winky face.
Tell me more.
I'm doing laundry. Now the message was
Okay,
sent.
calm down. Let me see that. Nope, nothing.
Great, if he thinks I like him or something.
Well, what's so wrong with that? Maybe he's not as bad as he seems.
Well, last week he asked me what part of England Europe was in.
Dude, she still doesn't answer. Shh, chill, bro. Give her some time. Your balls are in her court. I overstepped my bounds, though. Nah, you ain't even sent pics yet. True. I mean, should I? No, dude, chill, bro, chill. You gotta keep it subtle. Okay, keep it classy. Yeah, we love that kind of stuff. Right, you're right. Try something like this, okay? Nice.
He just sent another winky face.
Classy.
Just don't respond. It's no big deal.
Yes, it is, because, even if he loses interest in me, him even thinking that I was interested in him will only boost his already horrifically undeserved ego and encourage him to keep objectifying other women. It's the principle of the thing, Nat. This is a feminist issue.
He just sent the eggplant emoji.
God, it's so insane.
Nothing, man. Maybe she's not interested. Dude, maybe she's in the shower. that's hella inconsiderate.
Oh yeah, hella discourteous, bro.
Yeah.
Now what if, and just hear me out here.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
What if you tell her you find her attractive, and you explain in plain, respectful terms what you hope to get out of this relationship and or lack thereof?
You know what? I think it's time.
Oh, you think?
No more beating off around the bush.
Oh, right on, dude!
Right on, yeah.
Oh, go. First scale.
Oh, bro, get over here.
Alright, got it.
Dude, don't lie.
No.
Oh, well, I wonder. Oh my God!
Thanks for helping me out with all that stuff, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. I love you, man.
I love you too, bro.
Yeah.
No, homo.
Why you gotta say that, though?
What?
Like, can't two bros just say I love you? Like, why's it always gotta be no homo?
Don't want to open it.
You gotta.
I can't. I'm not strong enough.
Just get it over with.
Oh, sweet Jesus, it's first the second time. Wait, how did he even get that angle?
What? No, dude. I'm not gay.
Don't neither! but like, what's wrong with being gay, though? Remember the Chad's gay? Got a problem with Chad now. Got a problem with Chad.
Hey, can you pass the bleach? I need to burn my eyes out. If I can use it next.
What? No, dude. I'm saying, like, I appreciate you, but I don't want you, like, getting the wrong idea.
And I'm just saying that platonic affection has its own inherent value, and you don't gotta be out here devaluing it with your homophobic qualifying statements.
It's like every time I close my eyes, it's right there. There it is. There it is. Okay, look, maybe if I just... Can you help me, please? Oh, okay, here. Anything? Maybe if I push it just a little bit more.
What? No, dude. I'm not trying to be homophobic. I'm just trying to communicate clearly.
Well, you can do that without using a phrase that perpetuates a fear-based relationship with homosexuality. That shit's toxic, bro!
I'm sorry, dude. I was just trying to be respectful.
See that? And I respect you. Just gotta be mindful of your language.
You're right, you're right. I love you, bro.
I love you too, bro. Okay. Now back to the host.
Oh, yeah! Nothing, man.
Just be clear. Ask her a question she has to respond to directly.
Alright.
Should I come over right now? Oh my God, no, tell him no. But I'm trying, okay? Try harder, okay? I don't need some drunk moron showing up at my house. We will burn that bridge when we get to it. Okay. Stop. Look, I have bars. It might work. Hurry, this hurts. Oh, stop me. What? I hit speech to text.
Guys, it is our very last show of the night. I know, so sad, over so soon. But can we get a round of applause for all the shows that have gone so far?
for this next show, which is Writer's Block, written by Hanna, Allison, and directed by Carrie Ann Tanner. This piece is asterisk for language and sexual situations. But you guys haven't left by now, so I think you guys are going to stick it out for this one. All right, but we'll have to wait a minute anyway. And I'm going to very calmly remove this extraneous piece from another show. Right there. And without further ado, I proudly present Writer's Block.
Write a story, Kate. That's the perfect way to demonstrate your creativity, Kate. Well, where's all my creativity now? Kate! All right about Kate. Oh yeah, she'll be like me, but not me, because her name will be spelled differently. I'm Kate. That's K-A-T-E. Maybe I'll do K-A-T-E-E. Or I can spice it up a bit and do C-A-T-E. All girls who spell their name with a T, but it should clearly be spelled with a K. I'm a bit rebellious. Oh, that's brilliant! I'm amazing, aren't I? Oh, my gosh, is this my story? My writer? I have a writer? I'm so excited to exist. So, what's my story about? Do I go on an adventure around the world? Wait, am I an adventurous? I bet I'm adventurous. So what's my plot? Is it raunchy? Is it some kind of spy narrative? Or some kind of sci-fi journey where I get lost? My name's Kate, by the way. That's spelled C-A-T-E, but you probably already knew that because you're my writer. So, what happens next? Hello? Hello? Oh, whatever. All right, Kate, you gotta write more than a name. It's time to think. Think. What does Kate like to do? I'd like to be an adventurer. Kate is a homebody who likes sitting inside and reading on cold, windy days. I really do. Wait, what? Who likes reading for fun? That needs to change immediately. And she'll have a southern accent. Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Okay, maybe that's a bad idea. Finally, something we can agree on. Come on, think. I can think. Just let me be myself. Oh my gosh, I got it. I'll just give her a love interest. That'll fill the page. What? Are you even listening to me? Oh, right. He'll be very handsome. Go on. And he'll be reasonably tall. Okay, maybe you are thinking things through. This won't be so bad. Can he have nice hair? Oh, with luscious brown curls? Yes! Now we're talking. He can ride a motorcycle and have a tattoo sleeve. He'll be a real bad boy, tough on the outside and soft on the inside, kind of like a pineapple. He's actually a gushy romantic. What? Oh, he can write her love songs and play the guitar. No, the ukulele. Those are totally in right now. He's so romantic. Barf, literal barf. What should I name him? It's probably something horrible like Todd. His name will be Sean. Sean? Sounds like something I'd pull out of my shower drain. Ew, there's Sean in my drain. He's a Spanish stud.
Mi amor!
Oh, brother, you've got to be kidding me.
Te amo!
Actually, that sounds like too much work. Let's just stick to American for now.
This is for you, my whimsical daffodil.
Can we just take a minute and look at what just happened here?
Anything your heart desires. Princess.
Honestly, can't wait to see what kind of nicknames you come up with.
Anything that's synonymous to perfect.
Okay, that's enough, Snick.
I want to display my unending affection for you.
Dude, we've only known each other for like 10 seconds.
There's one for every second that I've been in love with you. I wrote you a song.
Dude, that's so pathetic. You don't even know me.
I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch.
That was so good. This is so cute. You're doing amazing. Don't mind her. She acts as if she's actually writing this story.
Well, I guess that song was also partially to thank her, because I never could have thought up a girl as great as you.
Wait, you know that we're just a random combination of thoughts and ideas and you still do all this mushy-gushy crap?
It's who I am. I'm the idea of the lover.
Well, maybe that's all fine and dandy for you, but this isn't me. I'm not some mushy, clingy, book-reading, southern accent-speaking, or whatever else she thinks of me character. I'm an adventurer.
Oh, Kate, you really need to be careful with the way you're talking.
Why?
You're going against the writer's ideas. If you do that, you'll confuse them. It's a surefire way to give your writer writer's block.
Writer's block?
Writer's block. It's when your writer's thought process is working against them. So they either change a bunch of things around, or they scrap the story altogether.
But this isn't fair. This isn't me. I shouldn't have to live in this cookie-cutter character shoes because I got stuck with the boring writer.
Well, maybe this isn't your story. Maybe it's about me. Maybe I'm the guy that'll swoop in and make you stick around.
I'm sorry, but no. I was here first. I want the kind of story that I want.
Well, the author has a different plan for you.
This author wouldn't know a good story if it hit her in the face. See?
Okay. Okay. Hey, wait a second. You said your name was Kate, right?
Yeah?
Well, it looks like her name is Kate, too. Maybe you're supposed to be her.
Maybe, but she spelled it wrong. My name's with a C, hers with a K. Do you really think she doesn't know how to spell her own name?
Maybe you're her, but with a twist.
I don't want to be her. I don't even want to be a spin-off version of her. Sean, I've been an idea for so long, just floating around in the world of thought, just waiting for it to be my turn to have a story, and now it is, and maybe you're fine being a lovesick puppy, but I'm not her bitch.
Maybe Sean would be better as a dog.
Well, I really had hopes for us, Kate. I guess not all love stories are meant to be finished. I really hope you get the story you want.
Love stories are overrated. What we really need is a story about a girl and her dog.
I kind of like dogs. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I don't know if you're just another version of Sean, but just in case you are, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you lose your story. I just was obsessed with mine. Wait, maybe Sean had it all wrong. I contradicted the writer, and that gave me a dog, so if I contradict the rest of her terrible ideas, I can steer her train of thought to the story that I actually want. I'm glad you agree. Is that all you can say?
Maybe I should make the dog talk?
Kate, you are severely disrupting the pattern of our writer's thought process.
Oh, the story is all wrong!
No, it's working!
This is so dumb. I mean, I don't even know who I am, so I can't write about who I am. I'm boring.
Yes, you are, but I'm not.
Kate, you don't understand the gravity of what you're doing.
But she is boring. You're boring, and you probably have as much direction with your life as you do with this story.
Oh.
Well, that was just rude.
Okay, so maybe no dog.
What did I do?
Okay. There are no more distractions now. Write my story.
What am I even doing? I know why I thought it'd be a good idea to write a story about myself.
Me neither.
I really don't know who I am.
That's okay, because you can write about me instead. I'm more interesting anyhow.
I'm just gonna start over.
That's the spirit. Wait, what?
Sean and his dog are best buds.
Let's go, bitch.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back. I'm so glad so many of you stayed. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Well, can we get a round of applause for everyone here tonight? Everybody did such an amazing job, and I've worked so hard these past few months to get these shows up on their feet, and I'm so proud to be a part of this, as it is my last 10-minute play competition as I graduate this December. Preceding me will be my Cassidy Pierce. It's been an amazing addition to this team, and I would like to invite my entire team onto the stage while we give the awards, please. I could not have done it without all of them, honestly. They've helped me so much over this past few weeks and months and forever. So, I would also like to give a special thanks to some awesome people who helped us out so much this past few weeks. Mainly Brett McKinnon and Aaron Golgowski for their choreography of all of the stage combat and so our awards here tonight are Best Director, Best Show, and Audience Favorite. Are you guys ready to hear it?
Yeah.
So, can I get a drum roll, please? The award for Best Director, wow, Best Director in this festival goes to The Hunter.
Alright guys, and next up is Best New Work, which is No Service. Written by Lovelock.
Yes. Alright, and last but definitely not least is Audience Favorite, which was very close, by the way. In second place, we had Sunny and the Starslinger. With 32 votes. And first place, drum roll, goes to No Service! We're having you accept this award right now. We'll take photos later. Congratulations to everyone. And to the cast and crew, please stay after the show for the photos. Woo! Cool? Awesome. Thank you everyone for coming out, and have a wonderful night, and make sure to come see us
At our One Act Festival next weekend. Don't forget, that's November 1st through the 4th. We're having 2 shows each night. They're each about 45 minutes because it's the One Act.
but they're free.
Lots of free things here at Rashid.